Magic shoes. Once there lived a boy named Shangu in a remote village. He had no parents. He was always alone in his small ramshackle hut. He had no any particular job, but he did all the jobs which were assigned on him. Sometimes he did the works of a cobbler or of a carpenter. He was able to do the works of a mason also. He was so a very cheap worker that most of the villagers wanted him to do their works. He had never complained that his remuneration was very low. People gave him money as they liked, and he was to be satisfied with it. Shangu had no good food or dress. He coveted to have ostentatious food and dress that the rich people had, but the little he got was not enough for him to lead a life as he desired. He was used to pray to God to confer on him a life of great pomposity. One day, Shangu was sitting under a tree in the expectation of getting some job to meet the expenses of that day. Until evening, he had got no job. When he was about to leave the place, he saw somebody walking to his direction. He waited the man to arrive at him. The man was a very strange person. He had put on a large pointed cap on his head. His grey dark coat reached to his ankle. His black trousers were torn in many places. He had held a long staff in his hand. At first sight, Shangu realized that the stranger was a magician. Taking out a pair of shoes from his ragged bag, the magician said, "I want these shoes get stitched and polished. I will come by evening tomorrow. Everything will have been completed when I come." Shangu agreed, and he was given a small amount of money as advance. He took the shoes with him to do the work at home. On the way home, due to some inexplicable impulse, Shangu wore the shoes. About this time, he was very hungry and thought of getting food from some hotel without paying. To his surprise, the shoes walked very fast to the town and entered a posh hotel. Shangu feared because he had only a little amount of money with him, which was given by the magician as advance. But he was forced by some unseen power to sit and dine from that hotel. When the dining was over, the shoes walked out of the hotel without stopping at the paying counter. To Shangu's dismay, no one stopped him to get the money from him. Nobody listened to him. Only then could he recognize the power of the shoes and the benefits of using them. Reaching home, Shangu re-stitched and polished the shoes. Then he kept them in an almirah. The very next day, he went to his regular place and waited for the magician to come. But he did not come. Shangu recognized that the shoes were a gift from the magician. From that day onwards, he led a very luxurious life with the help of the shoes.